Hey everybody, it's Stephen and Frederick, and this is this week's episode of How I Cook. We're going to be making roasted chicken and smashed potatoes. Really good recipe. I think they're all really good, but this is a comfort food, easy weeknight or nice weekend meal. So, this is a 4-pound roasting chicken. When you get a whole chicken, most times, there's something inside, a packet. It has the neck and the giblets. I've taken it out, I've thoroughly washed it, and I dried it. This is the tail. Some people call it the Pope's nose. Let's get rid of that as well. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take out the backbone. It's also called spatchcocking. These are kitchen shears. I only use these for food. So all I'm doing is I'm slicing down. You can feel the backbone. Don't give up. These shears are really good on the bones, but not so much on the skin. So I'm going to throw that in here as well. I'm going to bake all this, and then when it comes out, we'll let it cool, take the meat off, and give it to the dogs. You don't want to ever give dogs chicken bones. They can really choke. Okay, so we have our spatchcock chicken. You can see it's very nicely. This dish towel is a clean dish towel, only using it for this. We don't want, of course, any soap, but we also don't want any cross-contamination. So I'm just drying the inside. I told you before that I had rinsed it. Looks great. I'm going to be cooking it in a skillet. But if you don't have a skillet, you can always use a cookie sheet and a rack. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pour olive oil all over it. Be quite liberal with it. Rub it all over. Turn it over. Pour more olive oil on it. Turn it back over, and I need to rinse my hands because now I'm going to put salt, pepper, and rosemary. Okay, so my hands are dry, and this is my kosher salt, pepper, rosemary mix that I like to use on everything, or practically everything. Very liberally, we're going to be sprinkling this on. We want to turn it over. Don't want to forget this side. And that's all the seasoning we're doing. Now, I like salt, pepper, rosemary. This is how I cook. Not the way you should do it, not the right way. You do what you do. If you want garlic powder, use that. If you want onion powder, paprika, whatever you like. This is the way I like to do it. So, we fold the wings under. Fold the wings under. And then we place it in the skillet. There we have it. Again, if you don't have a skillet, you can always use the cookie sheet. The oven has been heating to 400 degrees, so we're just going to place this in the oven, the preheated oven. Second slot from the top. And let's not forget these pieces for the dog. 4-pound chicken, 400 degrees. We're going to check it in around 50 minutes. So what are we going to serve with our roasted chicken? Smashed potatoes. These are Yukon Gold potatoes. Tiny little Yukon Gold potatoes. While I was prepping the chicken and getting ready and putting it in the oven, I had a pot of water on here, getting ready to boil. It is salted water. You want to heavily salt it. We're going to boil the potatoes for 10 to 15 minutes. After that, we'll take them out and I'll show you the prep to go in the oven. If I've timed everything properly, the chicken will come out of the oven, it will rest, and after the resting period, the potatoes will be ready to come out and we can serve everything together. So right now the water is boiling. Whoops! I'm going to put around 12 of these in here. There's 2 of us. Oh, 14, even better. I can always make room. All right, see you back in a minute with today's cocktail. Okay, so this week's cocktail, I don't know if you really call it a cocktail. It's another spritzer. This week we're doing a rosé spritzer. We're having chicken, a little lighter. So let's make a rosé spritzer. It's getting to be summer. Rosé is really nice in the summer. So I'm just cutting up a little lemon. We'll want a little acidity, a little tartness in the spritzer. Wine glass with a little ice. Some rosé. Some club soda. This is nice. We're filming tonight on a Tuesday night. Don't want too much alcohol. Work tomorrow. Squeeze a little lemon. But we would like a little cocktail with our dinner. That's good. The lemon, it was really tart. The wine, really good. All right, we'll see you when the potatoes are done boiling. Okay, so it's been around 15 minutes and the potatoes are ready to come out of the boiling water. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take them out of the boiling water and put them on this towel. This is a towel that's clean, not the towel that I used with the chicken. So we're just taking these out. We're letting them sit on this clean dish towel because they need to cool down a little. Okay, there we go. So, while we're waiting for them to cool, here's a measuring cup. You can use any microwave safe container, but there's 2 purposes I'm using this. We're going to put a little olive oil in here. And we're going to put more butter than olive oil. Let's see, let's just use this up. And if we don't use it all, that's okay. So this one's done. And we're just going to microwave this till it all melts together. Okay, so that was around 40 seconds. And the olive oil and the butter are melted together. That's great. Next, we have a cookie sheet with the silpat on it. You don't need to use the silpat. You can use just the cookie sheet. You can use aluminum foil. You probably want to put something on the cookie sheet. Spraying it with a little vegetable spray. And then I'm moving the potatoes to the silpat. These are still really warm. Okay. Time for the smashing. These are smashed potatoes. You just take the, oh, that's perfect. bottom of the measuring cup and you smash the potato. Great, so they've all been smashed. Now we have our mixture of butter and olive oil, and we're liberally going to put them on the potatoes. This is going to be really good. Now, I have this BLT salt. It's salt that tastes like a BLT. I think that's going to taste really good on this, but there's another case where you do you. You pick what flavors you like. I would definitely use salt because potatoes crave salt, but use whatever spices or herbs that you want. Garlic, tarragon, rosemary, whatever you want. So I'm sprinkling a little of the BLT salt on each one. I'm being generous with this as well. And we're going to put it in the oven, 400-degree oven, for around 20 minutes. The chicken's going to come out around 20 minutes and cool a little. Maybe these will need to cool a little. If not, and they cool too much, we'll throw them back in and heat them up again. So into the 400-degree oven they go. Everything in there looks pretty good. So we'll see you back in around 20 minutes. Okay, so it's been in between 50 and 55 minutes. Let's take a look, see how the chicken's doing. The pieces for the girls look great. And our roasted chicken looks great. We're going to keep the smashed potatoes in there for a while. This is going to continue to cook, but I want to get it out of the pan and onto the plate. Even though I moved it out of the pan, yes, it will continue to cook. We have a meat thermometer. You put it into the thigh. Don't hit the bone. It's around 177 and we want to get it up to around 180. It'll get there as it rests. Okay, let's check the potatoes. These are really nicely sizzling. They're starting to brown. The bottoms are brown. This is exactly what we wanted. The top, with the butter and the seasoning and all, is going to be nice and creamy. And the bottom is going to be nice and crisp. So there you have it. This week's episode, roasted chicken and smashed potatoes. You carve this up, you give whoever wants dark meat, white meat with this, and add a green. I'm going to be adding asparagus. I hope you had a good time. I hope you learned a lot. I normally don't tell you what next week's episode is going to be, but I'm going to show you a recipe using the breast of this chicken. Okay, take care. Have a good week. I'm Stephen and Frederick, and this is How I Cook.